Hi everybody, it's Robin. I'm here with Evil Client and I'm going to start today with some tropical leaves. I have these in my beginner playlist and I am going to use my unicorn today. This is the first time that I've used the striping brush for beginners. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the striping brush. The striping brush is something that you need to learn over time, and if you have too much trouble doing this, then use the liner brush until you get comfortable and you start to use your striper brush later. Because see, if you fill your brush up on the end, it's basically the same. But until you learn to use the striping brush, it's a little bit more difficult. So I have my paints out. These are acrylic craft paints that I got from Michael's. They're less than $1 a bottle. I spray them down with a mist of water and then I get my brush loaded. You just want to have it right on the tip of the brush like that. And if your clients have really small nails, it's better to use the liner brush, but if they have medium to large nails, then the striper brush works very quick and efficiently. So I'm going to go in and I added a little bit of white because these are translucent, and because I have darker leaves underneath, I want them to pop so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I am pushing and pushing, and I imagine a line going down in my mind, and I'm pushing, 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 and then I take my striping brush, dot and anchor it, and pull through like that. Then, if I have room, I go on the other side and push the leaves in. If I don't, I just leave it out, because if you get too much on there, then it just defeats the purpose. So it's just going with what you're comfortable with and building upwards. And as soon as it starts getting too full, then just stop. It's okay. So that, see how I don't have to go on both sides? I just take it and then dot it in. So for nail artists who have the striping brush that you get from me, which is robinmosesnailart.com, they are for beginners, so they're thicker, because when you have more of a thickness of a striping brush, you get more control of your brush. But if you are advanced at using striping brushes, then what I have done is I've created this brush to be cut from beginner to advanced. So what I do is I take the brush right in half and cut it so it's half as thin as the ones that I've sold to you guys. So this one is half the thickness, because when it's thinner, then you have more ability to work. Okay, you work faster. But when you're first starting out, you want more control. So like this gives you both, and then you don't have to spend twice, because these brushes usually cost up to $50. I know that I have spent $50 for striping brushes that do not work. And so these are $10 and they work. And I've created them to work because I've only had a few in my whole career that worked well, and one of them lasted me 20 years. I've had this brush now for about almost 4 years and it's brand new. I have no problems. I've never even had to oil it yet, and it's been 4 years. So they're really good quality. So anyways, if you are interested in these brushes, I really highly suggest them. They are really wonderful for making lines. So anyways, okay, so that being said, if you wanted to do it, let me do a little bit more right here. This is my liner brush. You fill it up halfway with the same, and then you just have a little bit more control, and you can just make them like that. Now you can't really tell the difference between the two. So if you're just starting out, and you just have enough money to buy one brush, then get this one, because that way you can paint everything. And so I hope that you learned from this, and I will have more in my beginning playlist. Bye.